what Mr. David did was, he told me, before this detention, he told me, and I quote, "You're getting a detention because you didn't do enough work. I don't care about you messing around, but if you did work, you would have not gotten this detention yet."
Wait, out of curiosity, what was the work?
It was like drawing some fucking thing.
What?
Oh yeah, He left as soon as he came. What a fucking idiot, right? Anyway, so what he did was he told me, "Oh, you get in detention because you didn't do work. If you did do the work, I don't care about you misbehaving." So I was like, "Okay, next lesson I'll do the work, and it doesn't matter about my behavior." That's what he says. He gives me another fucking hour of detention. Says, "You know why you get detention?"
Let me do my impression. You have no detention because you have been messing around in my class and throwing toothpaste at me.
He said that. He said, no, he had toothpaste on his clothes before. He said,
Wait, go.
He would
Go back.
Okay, so the first time I saw the stain, I thought it was on his like trousers or shirt. I was like, why is there white stuff on his clothes? I thought, that's kind of strange. He has white stuff on his clothes.
Wait. What you're implying is here that it wasn't a student that threw toothpaste in, but he did it himself.
No, he brushes his teeth in school. I don't know if he's ultra hygienic or some shit, but he brushes his teeth in school and then just fucking...
You sure you even had a house? They just live like in the attic of the school or something?
I don't fucking know, because he disappeared like in year 10. But anyway, he gave me a detention. He said, "I'm giving you this detention, you know why? Because you misbehaved. If you did, I don't care about how much work you did, but you misbehaved and that's why you're getting detention." He said the exact opposite of what he said when he gave me the first detention, and that's when I knew he was hopeless and I didn't give a fuck. And I started throwing shit at him, papers. I once threw a chocolate at him. It was meant to hit him, but instead hit the autistic kid, and he started shouting and shit.
Is that Magic? What his name is?
Mache, yes.
Yeah. I won Discord actually.
He's a cool guy. I wasn't meant to hit him.
He was a very chill dude.
But I hit him by accident, and then he started like freaking out. I was like, "Oh shit, just look away."
Wow, you really used to go to my friend and be like, "I didn't know you were friends before, but like, let me just like fucking dick you in the back of him with a piece of like."
And like,
wow.
I remember his lessons.
You really bully disabled people? Wow.
No one would do work. Everyone would shout and throw shit at him, throw papers at him. He would get pissed. I would get detention. I remember once after school, we went to his classroom, me and my friend, black guy. And then what he did was he threw a rock in this guy's classroom, and like a rock, a stone,
like pebble.
Yeah, pebble. Not a rock, sorry, a pebble.
Like the frog. I was like, "You throwing frogs?"
He shouted and he's like, "What the fuck?" He shouted, like started shouting, and then he ran out of the classroom, chased this guy, full sprinting outside. I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna help him." And he chased him to like the exit, and then this guy had like camp out in like fucking science. This was after school, by the way, to make sure he doesn't get caught.
Jeez.
That shit was wild. And I remember once after school, right, because I had to wait for my cousins, like, they were having intervention, I had to, like, wait after school in the canteen, on the computers, and then once I invited Daniel, and then I invited another guy, and then it became, like, some fucking party with, like, some motherfuckers playing fucking porn games on the computer.
Oh my god.
And then I remember once I broke into, like, the kitchen, and, like, I stole cookies. They were freshly cooked as well. I was like, "Damn, this is some nice ass cookies, I'll just take them." The ones with raisins, they used to be so fucking nice. And then I remember once there was like a whole rack of like, you know the fizzy drink that they used to have?
You stole a bunch of drinks?
It was like a whole pack. Like a whole,
bro, you're confessing your sins right now, dude, man. Jeez.
And then we went to the pasta queue. We got behind the scenes footage of what the pasta queue actually looks like. Damn. This actually is pretty spacious. It's very
Yeah, it's
big
very
space.
large. It's just like a small window.
Yeah, it looks very spacious from the inside. It's very fucking huge. But yeah, anyway, we like roaming around the kitchen, looking at shit, found some cereal. I didn't take any of that though, because I don't give a fuck about that. And then they went back in again after I left. They went back in, told me they got caught. What do you think happened to them? Nothing. They were just told to leave. That's it.
Ah, jeez.
They didn't even get expelled or anything like that.
Ryan, do you have any confessionals you'd like to make?
And I also remember once I was bullying. I wasn't bullying though. It's like after school. Daniel and this other guy, right? They took his hat and they're throwing it around. And then we were throwing it around. And after a while, I was like, "Okay, let's just stop. I'm fucking bored of this. It's fucking boring." And then what one of the guys did, not me or Daniel, what he did was he got the hat and started rubbing it on his fucking dick. I was like, "What are you doing? Give the fucking hat back to him." And then he went home and told his parents, and then the parents told the school. And then the school put me and this guy, not Daniel, they didn't even know about Daniel. They put me and this guy in fucking focus room and said, "You have to write a statement out." So I wrote a statement out. I left out Daniel. I was like, "I don't want him to get fucking caught." And then the teacher, Mr. Harrison, the PE teacher, old teacher, he pulled me out and then he was like, why didn't you talk about Daniel? I was like, what are you talking about? Daniel wasn't there. He's like, the other guy wrote about Daniel, saying Daniel was also there throwing hats around. I was like, okay, fine, I'll fucking write him in there then. If it's so important, I'll write him in there, okay? And I wrote him in there, and after I was like, what the fuck did you tell the teacher about fucking Daniel, you idiot? And he's like, oh, if we all get in trouble, then he should get in trouble as well.
Man, this man really went, yo, collective responsibility.
And then I remember once waiting in like a canteen with these guys on common room fucking thing or whatever. And then Mrs. Shaw, like, before lunch, was like, we had to like, not common, sorry, what's it called again? Where you get sent in that room, concentration. Focus room. That's what it is.
You just literally just called the focus room like minutes ago. Concentration room.
I'm an idiot, okay? Anyway, we were having lunch and then Miss Sharma came, remember her? The old deputy
Oh, that really angry lady.
Yeah, she came and then she's like, I cannot believe we have bullies in this school. Kids bullying. Bear in mind, this was like one day. This is only one day.
I mean, as someone who got bullied, even one day was like hell, man. I was like, yo, I'm
It
not
was
actually
one
like
day
a
after
murder.
school, we were just throwing around his hat, we gave his hat back to him at the end. It was not that deep. Why did he tell his parents? I went up to him after I said, why did you tell your parents about that? He's like, I didn't. I was like, how the fuck do they know that? If you didn't tell your parents, how the fuck do they know?
They're still recording him for this whole time.
And just like, it's so fucking dumb. I used to get in trouble for the stupidest shit as well.
You're wasting your youth. How dare you?
But whenever we were getting called out, I used to always own up. I didn't want anyone else to get in trouble. I used to always own up.
I got in trouble for the wrong reasons. I'd get dragged into trouble. Like, let's say I'm just like sitting here. First I told you about getting hit in the face with a dictionary as collateral damage. Then there was like other times, like that one girl, I can't remember her name now. She was like gotten like some drama or something with like her friends, and then she was like, oh yeah, Dawood was there. He knows that I wasn't like doing this thing that she probably did, and I was like, me?
Dawood was there. He knows I didn't suck that guy's cock. Oh.
Or something. I don't know. I don't remember what it was now. And I was like, so I remember like one time, it's like I was like in the canteen, I'm talking to like Abdi or something, and then these like girls come and like they're like, can you come with us? We need to talk to you. And I'm like, I mean, my pastor. They're like, bring your pastor with you. I was like, okay. And he's like, you okay, man? I'm like, no, I'm okay. So I leave with them. They're like, so can you tell us about this person? I'm like, who the fuck is this person? And then like they turned to her and like, you lied. And she's like, no, I'm in your geography class, right? And I'm like, I'm in your class? You? I don't know who you are. I don't know people's names. Then like, what's her name? I'm like, I don't know her name. Then like, what's our names? I'm like, I don't know your names either. Then she's like, whose name do you know? I'm like, I count like 5 people's names off. I'm like, that's it. They're like, wait, so why don't you know people's names in your year? You've been here for like 2-3 years now. I'm like, I don't care about people. Then they're like, fine, whatever. Then they ask about this girl and like, oh, does she do this thing? And I'm like, I don't know, probably. And they're like, they turned and they're like, oh, you bitch. Oh, we're gonna like, and they're like, I'm like, can I go now? They're like, yeah, sure, you can go. After that girl, she fucking hated me for like no reason.
Of course she would hate you. You fucked her over.
If you're gonna call me out to back you up, tell me you're gonna need my help. Send me a text or some shit. I don't know.
How should I text you when she hasn't got your number?
She's friends with Danny. She was friends with me.
If she was friends with you, why don't you have her number?
No, not friends with me. She's friends with my friend.
Okay, so she should text
Who's like the
your
only other
friend.
Persona 5 fan in like the school.
So she should text your friend to tell you.
And I think he was the one who told about me and being in the class. She's like, because I told Danish before, I was like, you know what? If you're in trouble and you need like someone to back you up, I will probably back you up, no questions asked, right? But like, give me a like heads up first. He's like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Never got the heads up, and then she was like, oh, I can't believe you sold me. I'm like, I didn't even fucking know who you are.
I mean, the last time girls came up to me, it was like I was with my friend walking to Power League, and then like one girl came up and said, oh, you know that girl likes you, and then that girl came up and said, no, she likes you, and then started fucking, no, she likes you. They were literally saying, oh, I was like, what the, I'm going out, I need to get the fuck out of it.
They're insulting you.
And I walked away, I was like, what the fuck's going on?
That's pretty funny.
And then my friend's like, I don't know what the fuck happened there. No, they were yelling at each other. I was like, what the fuck? And then another guy was with them. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then he's like, they're saying that they like you or something. I was like, what the fuck? And I just left because I was...
The absolute state of this country.
I just left because I was confused and scared. And like every time I see those girls, I'm like, oh shit. This is scary. I don't know.
Do you ever look at people and you're like, what is wrong with these people?
Yeah.
Ryan, what are your sins? Tell us your stories.
I can't remember anything.
He has bad memory, man.
You can just exaggerate a little bit. It's fine.
On a Teacher's Day, yeah, we celebrated like a birthday or something on a Teacher's Day, and we bought some chocolate, you know, the small one, like eclairs or something.
Yeah.
No, the only eclairs come in like a box from like 30 or something.
It doesn't matter. It's small chocolate.
small chocolate.
On the facts.
And that day the teacher wore blouse, yeah, and we used to aim at the boobs or the chocolate, and we used to throw at her like in her.
Wait, what?
You threw chocolate at her up here so it goes down her dress.
Yeah.
So basically what I'm hearing
Aiming
is you
at
tried to
yeah.
sexually assault teacher with chocolate.
Yeah, and we were in like year 5, I think. Yeah.
Christ.
It's not as bad as the disabled guy who got caught masturbating to that one teacher when she bent over for like 5 seconds. I don't know what he was thinking. He had enough time to bust in the seconds that she just went bend over to get something.
Quickest shot in the West, man. I don't know.
Like, and he got caught, and then he looked like, I don't know what's on with him, but he was crazy, man. And there's also that one time I had to like ditch Daniel. It was about like some weird fake account bullshit, and then like he kind of like.
Can I talk about this for a second? Fake accounts. So do you remember the whole fucking drama about fake accounts from the year 10s?
Yeah.
Well, there was like a whole network of students who were like, yo, we're gonna like make fake accounts and like frame teachers with pedophilia and get them kicked out or some shit. And then there's like this whole other thing, and there's like,
Oh, that's what you mean by fake accounts.
like there were so fucking many. So Mr. Cook was his actual account, right? So we all know that this is the real one. And then like 30 fucking like carbon copies of his account with wrong names, and I was like, who actually is doing this? And there's like someone like got like one teacher actually did get kicked out for some reasons, and then they
Mr.
left.
Diggle,
No, not Mr. someone else. And they were like, I think there's like 20 fake accounts of teachers that got like famous enough that like made like really small articles on the internet and shit. And eventually the teachers were like, we're gonna fucking like actually like get you kicked out of school. And then for the first time like I think maybe decade, head teachers like, if you want to be in the school, just leave. Like actually, and you know it's like serious when a teacher's like, yeah, just leave. That's not serious. If his students leave, he's not getting paid as much. So he was like, you know, like, oh my god.
Who has
Jesus.
time to do a fake account?
Fucking hell. No, what Daniel?
So that's why one of those fake accounts belonged to my sister. I was like, excuse me, what are you doing? Took a phone, deleted the account.
Older sister or younger?
Younger.
Okay.
And I was like, why are you doing it? She's like, oh, it's funny. I was like,
It's funny.
it's fun. You are literally mimicking Mr. DeCoco. Why would you find this funny?
Mr. D. Corker?
Yeah.
Why would you do that to him? He's such a good teacher.
So I'm like, why are you doing it? She's like, oh, he's funny. Got a funny accent. I was like,
He does have a funny accent.
accent, yes.
Yeah.
Why are you copying his account? The funny thing is, she wasn't like making a fake thing. She was just copying everything he did and just reposting it.
Everything Mr. D. Corker did.
Yeah, he's like, just taking everything he posted and just posting it again. I was like, what's the purpose of this? You're trying to get famous. You're trying to
Maybe she's like a Mr.
Impersonation?
fan page or some shit. I don't know.
fan page. Let's go.
He does deserve the fans. He does.
Absolutely wild
You know the
indeed.
fake account I was talking about is because I used to like some girl and then she blocked me. She doesn't even follow me, and she blocked me and Daniel and like a bunch of other people for no fucking reason. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, I didn't even know. I didn't realize till Daniel told me. And then like started making fake accounts to follow her. I don't fucking know why. And then he got caught doing that. And then he blamed it on my other friend, who did nothing. He's not even involved in this. He did nothing wrong.
Imagine nothing being and getting absolutely slapped around
And
by
then
people.
this girl's boyfriend came up to me and said, "Oh, make some more fake accounts," because he thought I was fucking doing it as well. I was like, "Fuck no, I didn't."
Wait, he really just came up to you like in person, in like a lesson, and was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, actually, you should make more fake accounts. I know it's you,
Sarcastic,
dickhead."
yeah, like that.
Oh,
Okay. He didn't even walk. It wasn't even inside the class. It was outside. It was outside.
so he really just walked up to you like fucking like Eggman. He's like, he just comes up to you and he's like, yes, you should make more fake accounts. This is all you're doing.
No, it's like he walked past and he just started staring at us saying that.
Oh, so he walked past you like Eggman, literally like that once in Sonic, just runs past. Then he goes, turns around and just looks at that and goes, yes, you should make more fake accounts.
Yeah, like that. And then in PE, I was like, okay, it wasn't actually me or this other guy. It was Daniel, because it was Daniel. I had to come up with the truth. I didn't want.
You really gonna throw this one under the bus once before when you fucking get him done in the fucking like in your confessional fucking writing, right? And you're gonna take him.
Okay,
off.
no, the confession thing wasn't
run-
me. It was the other guy.
No, but
I
you
was trying to cover
collective
it up.
responsibility. You
No,
were
I
part
was
of that
trying to
group.
cover it up, and then the teacher was shouting at me for trying to cover it up.
No, but basically what you've done is you threw him under the bus once. You picked up his
No,
dead body.
the other guy threw him under the
Listen,
bus.
you picked up his dead body, took him down the road, go to another intersection. Look, oh, here's the bus. Fucking put him under it again. Second
No,
time.
okay, this time is justified. Come on, you want me to get my innocent friend in trouble for some shit that he didn't do?
No, I'm just letting you know.
For some shit I didn't do.
Alright, for one, I would do the same thing. If she does something bad, you say you should.
And then what this guy did was,
If you can dish it out, you can dish it in. You know.
and then what this guy did was in the change rooms, he went up to Daniel whilst I was there, and he said to Daniel, he told me that you did this thing, I mean, he was right there in front of me. He said, "See what you said to me," and so I was like, he's like, you know, Daniel did it. He said that to me. He's looking at my face, and then Daniel was also there. I was like. I was just, but I had a cold heart. Then I said, "Yeah, it was Daniel."
You really fall through on it. You're like, he goes, "Oh, so you're telling me that your friend, your friend, you know, that guy, your friend, yeah, he sold you out."
And then after that, I wasn't friends with that Daniel for like a month, and then I became friends with him again because like, I just can't be asked. It's too awkward in English having him talk, and like it's just awkward. So I was like, "Fuck it." And then that forged our bond. We have the strongest bond ever now.
And then immediately Daniel forgot to reapply the 6th form and disappeared
And then
forever.
what happened was, like after that bond was reforged on the field, he got ganged up by everyone.
And you just watched him get beaten up.
He got pushed on the floor and then picked up after, but he was like surrounded, and then like I did just watch. I was like, fuck, I can't do anything because I can't. There's so many of them, and look at me. I'm not some puny little motherfucker, right? And even my other friends that don't go there, you're gonna get fucked over.
Right, I'm real for 1 second, right? I would rather have no friends than have friends who wouldn't help me if I was in a bad situation.
And then like everyone used to always chat shit about Daniel. And then once I told him, like, yo, these guys were. I was standing in a circle. They all chatting shit about Daniel. Then Daniel came and they all started talking to him like it was fucking normal. And then me and Daniel walked away. I was like, those guys were just chatting shit about you right now. I was like, thank you for telling me that. So we're now good friends who have each other's backs.
Except you forgot to run fucking reapply to 6th form.
He forgot to reapply 6th form. He either forgot to reapply or reapplied with the wrong subjects because he failed maths, so it means he can't do A levels. I'm missing a
You're supposed to be able to retake twice.
But he goes to college now, and I saw a picture of him today from some other dude that saw him, and then the dude took a picture of him and said, "I'm gonna take a picture of you for Disney." That's what he said. He didn't, and then he comes to me and asks me, "I wonder what Daniel's doing." You could have asked him that when you were taking a fucking picture of him.
Right, I don't know, it's more awkward, right? Imagine being like outside your house, just walking around. Some dude's like, "Yeah, I want to take a photo of you for this other guy you haven't seen in like a month."
And he didn't even realize I've been talking to Daniel this whole
Then
time.
it's just ask him, "Yeah, how you doing?"
And I talked to Daniel. I told him, I've been talking to Daniel this whole time. Why are you showing me this? He literally sent me a picture yesterday. And then he instead just gives me this Turkish coin.
Turkish coin, let's go. Give me the coin, I want to see it.
Lirasi. I don't know what that is. Lira? I don't know.
Turk lirasi, I guess.
But yeah.
Cumhuriyeti. Oh fuck.
This is reading Turkish, bro.
It tails.
But yeah, like, and I remember back in the day, I used to be like,
Yeah, should we?
back in the days when we were lovers of us, we were like in the covenant of us. Like, we used to love it. Like, I used to think.
You're admitting too many things. I'm putting this on YouTube, remember?
Why?
Because let's see what happened.
Okay, I'll stop talking. They won't see my face. I'm just recording. It's fine.
See. Who is this guy?
But it was back in the day when I was like young, foolish,
You were young, foolish, and full of cum or something. I don't remember the story.
ambitious. That's a reference to Jojo in the intro. Jojo Part 1 intro is actually Dio's the man of ambition, whereas Jonathan's the man who follows his justice.
People really be saying Kono Dio da, but no one said Omae wa Dio.
So basically, ambition, the man who's consumed by his ambition, that's who Dio is. Because he's ambitious, you know. Because you don't even know what his plan is in Part 3. Part 1, he's like, I want to take over, I want to be the rich man. Like,
That's not for this episode. What I want to know this episode, right, is what sins have you committed in this year?
This year.
In this year.
I've busted like a few nuts here and there. Like,
Ryan, what
I
have
say
you
here
done?
and there, 3 every day.
When I say sins, I don't mean like jacking off. I'm talking like actions you have taken that have disrupted the peace.
What do you mean by peace though? Like,
Have you started spreading rumors about people? What's going on? What have you done this year?
spreaded rumors about, maybe I've like hated people. I haven't spread any rumors.
Yeah.
You haven't done anything interesting? You haven't done anything interesting?
It's been like two months, yeah.
Come on, Ryan, speak up. Use your voice.
I mean, I guess I
You're
did throw
practicing.
shade to that one dude that was like the black guy that keeps on asking me for my fucking IT work. Every fucking time he's like, oh, so do you have your IT work?
No, you want to give this guy a nickname? You got psychology, we got glasses man,
I'll say,
vape man.
Nah, I'm joking.
Oh, he's about to say the
He's
S word.
black glasses man. Because he's black.
So you got glasses man who hates Apple. Now you have black glasses man,
Yeah.
the better version of glasses man.
He's worse. Trust
Alright, that's
me.
real.
Glasses
He
man's
is
much
worse,
better.
this
and not
is
for the
big.
racist
All
reason.
this guy does is just come up to me and ask me for fucking work. That's literally it.
Dude, the few times I've seen him, I'm like, this guy makes me feel majorly uncomfortable.
He's like, he's a bit weird. I don't want to be saying this, but he's a bit weird. I don't
Yeah,
want to be
he's
this
weird,
weird.
yeah.
Like yesterday, he came in right. He started whispering stuff to Mrs. Burnley, and then Mrs. Burnley like, what? And he came to Miss Burnley.
Wait, he really walked to a lesson and started whispering sweet nothings to the teacher.
He started.
He really went in and he was like, hey little mama, let me whisper in your ear.
No, what he did was he came to her in lesson time to say, I've done P4.
And he just goes, I've done P4.
And then she's like, why are you telling me? Just email me. Because that's what he meant to do. He meant to email the teacher.
He's really trying to get favors out of this.
Yeah, he's weird.
It's just like, he's been always asking me. I've already sent him all my work once. And then he's telling me to send it again. He said, I already have your email. I sent it to you before. And he said, oh no, that email, something happened. I can't access it. I was like, why can't you access it? He's
This
like,
man's really doing like some
He's like-
fucking bank fraud or
he's
some
like,
shit.
it's been glitched. I was like, well, how's it been glitched? And he said, it's just
It's a fucking server-based program. It's not
He
a
just
fucking
kept on
glitch
giving
out.
me some like answer, like fucking write down your new email. Write down your email on a paper, give it to me, and I email you.
You should just email them picture of Vapor
What
and
he
hentai.
does is rips off a paper from his book. He doesn't go away. I tell him go away and write somewhere else. He rips off a paper from his book, squeezes it next to me in the fucking small cubicles, and then he's like writes it in there. I'm like, what are you doing? Just write it somewhere else.
He sounds uncomfortably gay.
And then
I
what
don't
he
like
did was he was standing there waiting for me to send it to him. And then he said to me, do you not have P4? And P4 was the prototype, innit? Where you had to
Yeah.
make the slides. And he said, I said to him, I sent you P4. He said, P4 is something else where you have to talk about requirements and shit. I was like, no, that's not.
Now, P4 is the top.
And then he went away. I was like, I don't have that. And he left. And I don't know where the fuck he went. He fucking disappeared. Like
That
a
sounds
fucking Houdini.
interesting, to say the least.
I also do make fun out of the teacher,
Now,
the
P5 is the top
IT
one.
teacher. I talk about how fat she is. And like once she went toilet, I was like, she's probably stuck in the toilet.
Can we talk about toilets for a second?
Toilets are annoying.
The absolute state of the British toilet system in the fucking schools. Why are there so many people vaping?
Okay, so our school is. Our school, I'm gonna keep this in the lowdown. Our school is vape. Vape's a problem. Now, what I think people want to do is,
No,
what
I think
people.
every school.
No,
people
in
weed.
Wexham, they actually fucking do weed. No cap.
Yeah.
My brother told me he smells weed from the fucking stall. And like, in our school is vape. The only reason people do vape is either one, they want to look cool.
Clout chasers.
Yeah. Two, they just fucking do it because they want to know what smoking feels like. I'm guessing it feels the same as smoking, innit? Like, or similar, so they get a taste of what smoking feels
No,
like.
isn't
That's like
smoking
a
more...
flavor, like a chunk of
Isn't
flavor.
vapor literally just like...
Yeah.
Like, imagine you burned like fucking Rubicon or something.
Yeah. And three, people just like the flavors, I'm guessing. If not,
Yeah.
just drink. Like, come on.
Right, I
Or
like...
four, they just want to suck on a pipe and get all those cloudy substances.
Want to
in
get
there.
those viscous fluids
Which,
out.
If they are, they can just come out as gay and suck a dick, get that cloudy cum. Like, cum is cloudy, like, come on, everyone knows that. Cloudy substances.
It's really
Sucking on a
annoying me
pipe.
because I know someone called Cloudy and it's like, I feel really uncomfortable. Like, whoa,
Suck on cloudy.
whoa.
We'll be sucking on cloudy tonight.
He's actually gay, which is the
Cloudy.
worst part.
Oh, God. I mean, like, they should just come out as gay if they want to suck on pipes so much. Like, come out as gay, suck on that pipe, we get it, you want to suck dick. I'm fine with it. I don't care about gay people.
So I want to talk about Vape Man, the guy I sit next to in the finance class, right? Vape Man, some generic white dude who's fucking doing vape. So imagine this, right? You walk into a classroom, you are a new student, and you look at the class. You've got people doing work, you've got some fat guy falling asleep in the front, and the guy next to him, who's this white dude, who's literally just going, oh, I dropped my pen, let me just fucking slurp up that fucking vape out of his fucking vape pen, or what the fuck it's called.
I don't.
And he does this every fucking lesson, every fucking day, even when he's alone.
Okay, in this instance, I think he's
Who's that
actually
guy?
addicted.
It's Mason.
But you can't. You have to blur that out now. Come on, man. You have to give me some more work.
Listen, no one has names. It's fine.
Listen. So, for him, I think he's just addicted, which is weird. How can you be addicted to vape? Like, how do you be addicted to vape? It makes
And
no
here's
fucking sense.
where it gets weird, right? Normally, if you're doing like I don't know, fucking smoking in a lesson. Like I knew a guy who used to smoke in lesson, right? What he would do is so the guy I know, his name was Nicodem. He's some fucking psychopath, and he used to like actually like use like straight up like cigarettes like in lessons. And the way he would do this is he'd put it in his bag, take his breath and shit in the bag, and close it immediately so the smoke wouldn't get out. In his case, I understand. Yeah, he's got nicotine in his. if you're doing vapor, right? Vape, what the fuck is it called? I don't know.
Yeah.
Why would you do it all the time?
How do you get addicted to it?
To the point where you get
Vape has nicotine.
yeah, it might have nicotine in it, but it has like a minimal amount.
Oh, shit.
Like it has such a small amount, you won't get addicted from like using it once or twice a week. But you start doing it every day.
Every day, yeah,
How did you
yeah,
get in this
yeah.
situation in the first place? Did you just do it like, let me just fucking then just again 3 times in a row? Then you just fucking like
Maybe
ends
he
up
just
in
like
just
sucking on pipes. Maybe he just loves sucking.
oh his work gets weird, right? So he doesn't just drink like he doesn't fucking I'm gonna call it drink now because that's how much he fucking has. He's got that much fucking condensed liquid in his fucking mouth. He does it so often to the point where there are other people in the same class, right? Like the other dude with the lazy eye, not lazy eye Johnson, someone else, who's like what's his name, Steve? He's also doing vape now, right? I'm like, right, so there's 2 doing vape. Then as soon as Vape Man runs out, he's like, oh, give me your fucking pen. I'm like, wait, these aren't perp. You fucking change these. You want a fucking oral cancer? You want that?
Yeah, they swap around. Trust me.
I'm
I've
like-
seen it firsthand. IT.
And I'm watching this dude that fucking like, he's literally like fucking slobbering over this fucking pen. He's going like, like he's fucking like drooling over it, right? And he's like, oh, here you go, mate. And he's like, oh yeah, thanks, man. I'm like, you really just like,
Maybe you like sucking on the same knob.
I can't, man. I actually like so confused. So I'm sitting there feeling really uncomfortable. I'm like, please just let me like. So I'm like literally like this on the table. I'm like bending my arms trying to like not touch this like fucking dude. And he's like just fucking like slobbering over this fucking pen. And literally like teacher turns around for 1 second. He's like ducking on the table, like fucking going like immediately. There's like no lag. He's just like, oh, teacher's not looking for 5 seconds. Bet. He just fucking sloughed that pen like no one's business.
The closest I've been is like back there, keeping watch for 2 guys smoking. Because they asked me and Daniel to do that.
I think people do weed less often than fucking
No, he
vape.
was actually smoking. I was like, oh, what the fuck am I even doing here? How did I end up here?
Time for a fun story. One time when, about a year and a half ago, when the year 11s hadn't left for, back then, me and a crew of maybe 10 people were like, let's just like fucking look at these. So there's an area in the school field, which I have dubbed Heaven's Gate, because when you look up from a certain point,
Oh, yeah.
it looks really nice.
Yeah.
And
Heaven's Gate's actually the fucking suicide thing, so you should change the name.
no, I refuse.
But it's like,
I mean, you can hang yourself there. I'm not gonna stop you. But I probably would
I
stop.
don't think the view would be that beautiful then.
It's so pretty beautiful. That you underestimate. It's like actually so nice. So it's like these 3 trees in a triangle. So me, I'm leading this charge like this small army of like 10 people, and we're talking about JoJo or some shit, like talking about anime. We go down to this bit, right? And this is like there's 2 dudes. Like one's got like a syringe and one's just smoking, and both of them see us, right? A 6th former, and then a bunch of year 11s, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna tell on us?" Oh, and trying to like intimidate us, right? They're like, they don't want to get caught because they get caught, their life's over.
Oh, don't snake us, cuz.
So they literally just go like, "Oh, don't snake us, yeah, yeah, yeah." And they start like trying to flex or whatever. And me being the very smart, like I was like 17. I was like very smart individual. I was like, you know, I got this. So I just got to, and I just like grab him like this. I'm like, don't worry, man. We're here to see heaven. I don't give any context. I just say, we're here to see heaven. And he goes, excuse me? So I sort of like push him out of the way just a little bit. I'm like, guys, come over here. So over here. So I bring the rest of my crew down to like, so these 2 dudes who are like actually doing like drugs are like, who's this fat guy? And who are these year 11s who are with him? And first I go to stand by these 3 trees. And from their point of view, this is what they see. A fat guy stands in front of some trees. He looks up. He yells to his friend excitedly, yo, come over here, you can see heaven. And then another guy comes up. He looks up into the trees. Then he moves out the way. And this happens for around 9 other people. And all of them start talking about like gods and brimstone and like heaven. And these 2 dudes who are actually doing drugs and shit right now.
What the fuck is brimstone? I mean, I know it's a game thing, but
Oh, brimstone's heaven's wrath, like lightning and shit. Like,
fuck? No, I didn't know.
like if you anger God, brimstone will rain down from the heavens and like destroy you.
Oh,
It's basically like just think of it like just really dangerous weather made by God.
okay.
So we're talking about brimstone shit. I'm like JoJo. Some guy's like posing in the background. I'm posing with him, and these 2 dudes who are like smoking are like. I remember and as soon as we've done that, I turn around and I'm like, don't worry, guys, we don't care about that. I would tell them, right? I'm like, don't worry about what we're doing. And these dudes were doing smoking. They're like, are you guys okay? Because they were so concerned about what we were talking about. Because what would you do if you're doing drugs, and then like 13 people just turn up and like, we're here to see heaven. You can see God. And what would you do in that situation? Like, you're already high, and then these people who are clearly not drunk are talking about seeing heaven. And immediately, they just turn around and say, oh, we're not going to snake on you. And then they just leave. You can't, there's nothing. And I think about it sometimes, because the same day, this is like break time, by the way. So 2 lessons later, lunchtime, we go back down there again. Those guys are gone. Mr. Lean turns up. He's like,
Mr. Lean.
yeah, Mr. Lean. He turns up and he's like, can you come over here? And I'm like,
Is he smoking?
so I'm with my crew and he's like, oh, you're 6'1", come over here. So I turn up and he's like, did you see anyone strange here before? And I was like, nah, we're the only strange ones here. I mentioned my crew and he's like, no one was smoking or anything? And I'm like, nah, I don't remember anyone. Then he looks around, he picks up like a cigarette from the floor. And I'm like, well, that's a fucking rookie mistake. Why, if you're smoking, why would you leave evidence? And then he's like, what are you doing down here? And I'll tell him, oh, we're here to see heaven. And he goes, what do you mean heaven? Then I take him down to the tree and I say, if you look up here, it looks really nice. And he goes, yeah, I guess it does. I'm leaving, see you later. Then he just leaves.
And then which area was it? Or back?
What?
And which area was it?
So this was
Trees.
a year and a half ago. So I was in year 12 the first time round.
No,
So
which side was it? No, where the trees?
So we were down the field. So you know in the field, right? If you just go, when you come in, there's like the 3 trees on the side.
It's right there. What do you mean?
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
there.
fucking-
It's literally there. I'm just describing it. When you come in, it's on the left.
Why are you describing it to him? You just point it there.
I'm describing it for myself, so I remember. Because I have shit memory. Yeah, in the summer, if you stand in the middle of those trees and look straight up, you can see like this really nice view of like leaves and shit. It doesn't even look like Earth. But that might be exaggerating just a little bit. It's just a really nice picture. I took a really nice picture, by the way. Like, it was like, wow.
Oh, wow, you can take pictures.
Dude, it's
Wow.
actually like the best picture I've ever taken in
It's
my
funny
life.
hiring Mr. Lean looking for people smoking. Lean is a drunk.
I didn't know Lean was a drug. I found out today.
Yeah. It's related to purple, which you're covered in.
Where is you down
Purple,
now?
purple. My lanyard's not here.
Also purple.
I'm not a little bitch, I don't need a lanyard.
I'm not a little bitch. I don't need to wear
I'm a
lanyards.
gangster.
He's a
bro.
gangster. I don't wear ID. Immediately gets exported to another country.
But yeah, like,
I can't say deported because you're born here, so you get exported to another country. They put you in a box.
but yeah, like, I'm a changed man.
You're not doing drugs anymore?
I've never done drugs. I meant like I don't bully teachers anymore.
Oh, good.
I did see
If you
it
did still
once.
bully teachers, I would have been like, I'm cutting you off right now. Not friends anymore.
I mean, I bully some. Nah, I'm joking. You've never seen me bully teachers. We're in the same class where literally everything.
Except IT.
Only like that's IT though. IT is just like
Yeah,
come
we
the
did-
teacher's pretty.
Yeah,
pretty
we
big.
didn't do nothing.
And the whole it's funny because like she always has the AC on because you know what's funny about that? She always has the AC on even in the winter.
Yeah,
innit?
winter, yeah.
Which is funny because she has
Once
she's
it got
fat,
raining and
which means she's got a lot of body heat because of how fat she is. Like
I don't know about her, right?
so
For
the
me,
joke has
I
scientific
just burn anything above 15 degrees.
Now once it
But
was
below
raining
13 is
down
like cold.
And it was so freezing, yeah, and the AC was on.
exactly.
I'm sure she didn't know how to turn it off.
No, she knows how to turn it off. She turned it off right in front of me.
Ah.
But and it relates to how fat she is because like fat people, let's be honest.
As the resident fat person here, I personally don't get warm. I just don't get cold.
Exactly. So basically, fat people, right? They have loads of body heat. Like the science backs my joke.
Right, I'm real with you. My body heat's actually quite low.
No, like that's you now. You're my like.
But then I'm not really fat. I'm just white.
have you seen her?
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Double your size, dad.
I think double's kind of pushing it a little bit. I think it's more like triple.
Nah, triple, bro.
Have you met Samir, by the way? That guy from my year.
He's fucking hell.
Dude, people call me fat. I'm like, you calling me fat? Have you seen that guy? The only difference between me and him is like he's just tall. But
he's
along with being
crooked.
tall, so if I'm wide, he's wide in every direction.
Yeah, like he's massive.
The only reason people like him is because he plays football. I hate football. That's the only difference. Like actually,
I remember once I accidentally dropped his bottle of water on the S7. I hit him right, and then he dropped his water, and then he's actually filled the bottle. I'm like, no, why the fuck did I do that?
I think I vaguely remember this actually. I think I was there. I was watching.
And then my fucking bitch friend, what does he do? He says, just fill it, man, just fill it. He's getting scared of him. I was like, no, fuck no. I was like, fine, fucking, I'll fucking do it. And then I took his bottle, filled it out. And he started staring at me like, yeah, fill up my bottle. I was like, what the fuck?
I vaguely remember this because I remember one time being like, wow, Samir's kind of a dickhead.
I was like, I don't want to do this. I didn't even want to do it. I wasn't going to do
You really
it.
got forced into this by peer pressure. You
only
just
did-
stood your ground, man.
No.
Just being like, I don't belong
No,
to the
I did
fat
it because
people.
my friend was getting scared. I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it because he's getting fucking scared.
Wow. You really have to bend to peer pressure.
Yeah. And
The
I
absolute
remember-
state, man.
And I remember once seeing him running around with the girl's scarf saying, "Oh, look, I got a scarf, bro."
Oh yeah, he stole what's her name? That girl, Saba, I think her name was. Was it red scarf?
Nah, it was like a checkered cream with little red lines on it. It was like that one pattern, you know? That one
Wait,
pattern.
was she in year 10 or 11?
She's in your year.
No, when's happened? What year do you think she was in?
I think I was in like year 9, 10, maybe.
Because then she would have been in like if she was in
11,
year
12.
if she was in year 10, she had
10,
a different scarf. If she was in year 11, she had the prefect one.
No, I think I don't even remember, man. I remember everyone wanted to fuck this one girl, though. It was even in the trip, right? These two guys were always talking about like, "Oh, I'm so horny. I'll call Rosie." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh right,
I don't
her.
remember once.
Oh my god, she was weird. Right, this is gonna sound really weird coming from me of all people as well. So in this fucking school, right, there was like this one girl who's like always talking. This girl who just refused to be called by anything but Rosie, and I don't know why. And I was like, that's not even your name. But everyone accepted that it wasn't. It's fucking weird. I remember one time only, right? It was in like PE, and for whatever reason, my friend like fucking broke his arm or something like the same day. So I was like, cool, I don't have a partner. I just like play with this wall. So normally what I do like during like badminton is if I had no friends, I was like, you just like bat this like shuttle at the wall and I hit it back and do that. So he's like, no, you can work with her. I'm like, I turn around, it's fucking Rosie, and I'm like, oh my god, please no. Because if this happened, I was guaranteed 100% gonna be like given shit by like all the dudes who are like, oh my god, why are you torturing me?
Yeah. No,
And you know what's worse? So for some reason, and this happens every time, if there's some popular person, I don't know why, they always are really weirdly nice to me. This happens with like all of them, every single time. So I'm like, hey, you free? It was really awkward, right? And she's like, oh, let's play some fucking badminton. And then it's like, I was like, no, I'd rather not. She's like, oh, you do it, fine. And as we're fucking playing bad, I'm getting fucking stared at from all these dudes on the other. So on Power League, on pitch like number 2 is where we are, right? Pitch number 1, I can literally feel the stares of like anger from like pitch 1. And there's like at least 4 people who are like staring me down like this, just like looking me straight like that through the fence. I'm like, I have a stomachache. I'm going to the nurse's office. And she's like, oh, that's too bad. I'll see you later. I'm like, nah, I'm good. And I just leave. And as I'm leaving, I literally get like stopped by this one guy. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm leaving. And he's like, going where? I'm like, I'm skipping PE. He's like, good. I'm like, I just go to him. I'm like, good luck, man. And as I'm walking away,
Nah, you
I
should have played with her then.
literally watched like three fucking like friend groups like fucking dissolve. Like they're like, literally one from each of these groups. They're like, they literally sprint up to her and like, yo, can you like play with me, please? And she's like, no.
Nah,
I'm
you
like-
should have played with her then.
I remember the reason she talked to me, right, was literally because this teacher was like, be partners. So I just leave. I don't even go to the nurse office. I just like go down to the office where my friend is because he's sprained his wrist or whatever. And as he's there, he's like, oh, what are you doing here, man? I'm like, I fucking hate you, man. You really gonna do that? You're gonna leave me in that fucking class? He's like, what happened? I'm like, Rosie happened. I have to fucking talk to her. It's terrible.
And he's like, yeah, let's go. No, I'm joking. You didn't say that.
The absolute state, man.
The only time I've skipped a lesson is behind the containers for double RE because I got a grade 7 in RE even while skipping.
Got in grade 3, didn't study at all.
Listen,
Fucking possessed some Mandarin.
because I actually hated the people in my class. So I was with Daniel. I was just sitting there, and then he was like talking some random shit about Mongols and fucking history. I was like, what the fuck what's going on here? I was just sitting there, like listening to him talk about. Fucking
Did you hate your
Mongols.
class? I had this next little fucking pedophile who's fucking looking for my sister in the park once. For a whole year. I'm never gonna fucking spiritually recover from that, by the way. So some creep was like stalking me and my sister in the park once when I took them for a walk or whatever. And then the same fucking dude is sat next to me in fucking RE. And I asked the teacher, can I move? She's like, no, you'll be friends. I'm like, no. And I was like the worst like actual experience.
Teacher was, what's her name?
Miss Lombard.
Exactly. Shit teacher.
I've never been like so fucking angry about anything. In that class, all I learned was how to fucking fold folders.
And everyone hates Mrs. Goodyear.
That bitch is too aggressive.
But then she was like the nicest to me. Like
To be fair, Miss Goodyear put me in the focus room for trying to overthrow Mr. McAteer.
she was like the nicest to me. When she gave out everyone's grade, she's like, I was being generous to every one of you, but Tessadik and some other guy, they deserve the grades that they got. I was like, okay.
I'll tell you about that, by the way. I tried to overthrow Mr. McAteer. It was as a joke, right? I was like, I'm just gonna get like signatures from my friend Tom, see if I can like overthrow Mr. McAteer or whatever. It was literally just a joke, right? Then she's like, "What is this?" Rips this paper out of my hand. She's like, "You trying to over the teacher? Focus room." And then she just sends to focus room. And that's the first time ever in my life where I was ever put in the focus room for 2 lessons.
I've only been sent to focus room for bullying. Bullying.
Oh, and the other time I went to the focus room was in year 11, but I was sent to the focus room for missing 1 second of homework. So you have to do this fucking thing called Tassamai, and I have to do it for like 1 hour or something, like each day. And I do it for 59 minutes. And 59 seconds. And the hour doesn't pass, and I am given detention, and I'm put in the focus room for a whole day. And while I was in the focus room, I was allowed to use the PCs, and I just played Binding of Isaac.
I mean, I was put in the focus room again for like, apparently, so this fucking, what's her name? That teacher, the cover teacher, right? It was maths. Everyone was talking. I was literally not even talking. I was just sitting there, like, doing, like, questions or whatever. And then she says to me, "Have you done the work?" I was like, "Yeah, this much." That's not enough. And then she's like, "Yeah, but detention." I was like, "What the fuck? Look at everyone else." And then she says to the teacher, I skipped the detention. She says to this other teacher, right, the focus room teacher,
He's
"Take
skipping
this boy."
detentions.
She said to her, sorry, that I was being rude to her. I didn't even say any words to her, alright? She said I was being rude to her, I was being disrespectful, and I didn't do any fucking work. And then I had to go focus room after school for like an hour just for that.
Oh, you had to go after school? I had to go for the whole day and leave an hour late. And while I was in the focus room, funny things happened. So for one, I didn't give my phone in, so I didn't have to worry about that. 2, we had to pick up trash using these fucking green jackets and shit. That sucked.
I saw that.
I was there, and I didn't even do anything. I was just standing there. And the teacher's like, "So why are you in here?" I was like, "I missed 1 second of homework." And she's like, "Fair enough." So I didn't really do much. And then during the actual focus room time, I just sat there, and because I'm so good at thinking, I literally just started going to parallel universe in my own fucking mind, dude. That was different. Wasn't very fun though. I was very bored. I think the best thing in the focus room was there was another guy who's so used to be in the focus room, that he just lives there now. He's got like his own bag and like little desk. He's just talking to the teacher constantly. He's got cracking jokes and shit. And the whole fucking room's like constantly giggling apart from me because I'm like too tense. So I'm sitting there like, "Oh, I'm in the focus room." And these other guys like, "Oh yes, last night I had dinner."
I was just saying that, like, well, what do I do? Do I just sit up?
So I just sat there, right, holding this pencil in my hand. I'm like super tight. I'm like, "Shit, I'm in the fucking focus room, man. I fucked up."
You were scared?
Yeah, because I was like,
just sitting there like,
remember, I've never been in trouble my entire life until there was one moment where I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm in the focus room for 1 second."
I was just saying that.
But after like period 5, I like sort of chilled out a little bit. I was like, I need to use the PC for homework. Start playing Binding of Isaac on there. The dude behind me, he was like watching. And he was like,
on the focus. No, I'll never be the focus room.
all you do is just sit there and
but the
focus.
focus room does suck though, because like if you get caught doing bad things, you just like destroyed. It's terrible.
I didn't get caught because I didn't have a phone then.
The
So
old
there's
focus.
nothing for me to
But
do.
when I went in the focus room after Miss Goodyear sent me there, like one time, for those 2 lessons, I was under so much fucking stress, dude. Because the teachers like stare you down. You even move unnaturally. They're like, "What are you doing? Hold your horses. What are you doing? Put that away."
You
So
would
tense.
get work from time to time, but I wouldn't even do the work either. I'd just sit there for like.
The only work I ever got was like from Mrs. DeCorco.
It's actually kind of cool. It's better than a normal day.
The only reason you want to go to the focus room is A, if you don't want to do work, and B, if you want to just like sit there and focus. And as someone who's so good at like going to like thinking about things, I can literally zone out for like hours on end without thinking about things. Have you tried doing that by the way, Ryan? You just like sit there and you focus so hard, like on the moment, that you stop existing. I've done it before.
No, I know that.
I've focused so much on the moment sometimes that I just like I forget that I am alive. But I have to like focus to do it.
Wow, that's so amazing.
And just in case I ever get something again, I've got my anime watch now that I haven't brought with me today.
Why the fuck do you have an anime watch?
It's a smart watch that I can use to watch anime. Just in case.
Okay.
I can sit there like this on the desk and just watch anime, man. It's like big brain.
Yeah, but it's fucking dumb. You can't fucking actually enjoy it.
Oh, I can though.
Yeah,
I
you're a weird guy, man.
I can literally just watch all of Non Bayori like a second time.
Yeah, but you're a weird guy because while you watch anime the second time, it's kind of fucking boring. You're watching the same thing.
I'm not gonna fucking watch JoJo on my fucking watch.
Like, why watch the same thing over and over? Why watch the same thing over and over?
I don't.
Watch different things. Like,
Normally I watch something different. Like at the moment I have Dragon Maid Season 2. I haven't watched that yet. I'm still waiting for the perfect moment.
Sounds like us.
To be fair, some of the dragons do have some us.
That's for another day.
That's for another day. We're saving the topic. But I would like to say, I fully support Dragon Girls as of now. Fire Emblem has taught me the ways of the Dragon Girl.
I'm against everything that he just said.
You just remember that one fucking post? I am a mother against catboys. Don't worry about it, it's different.
What?
Yeah, it's different, don't worry about it.
I'm not a mum or a dad. I'm a male human.
Against catboys.
Yeah, I'm against catboys. They're gay as fuck.
I'm not a sport. I want to turn all people into demi-humans.
Now that's not a good idea.
I want to turn all humans, except like dickheads, into demi-humans.
That's even worse.
It will create oppression, but demi-humans live longer, they'll outlive their oppressors, and that's it. That's it. I've made my ideal world.
No. Just
Yes.
no. Just
I will turn all people into cat people. Maybe call foxes in there.
no.
You cannot change my mind.
I won't condone this.
You might not condone this, but when I turn your wife into a cat girl, you have nothing to do. You can't stop me.
I mean, you can't.
Or can I?
You can't.
But what will be worse? A world where everyone's futanari, or a world where everyone has fucking cats? I'll let you decide.
I think you know the answer to that. Obviously, the world where everyone has cat is the worst. I'm joking.
I knew you'd work. I knew you'd answer.
Futanari makes no sense. It's disgusting.
What if I turn the whole world of cat-eared futanari people?
Then that would be terrible.
Would it though?
Yes.
Would it be terrible?
Yes, it would.
I don't know. Maybe.
Because the whole population would die out because everyone has a fucking penis.
Everyone else has a hole.